nothing will ever replace the joy of Manchester United winning games, and that's what matters. And I look at the league table and I look at it and I go, you know what? Look at that. That doesn't look anywhere near as it could have done at half time today. 7th place, very close to the top 4. I've seen people saying, apart from Arsenal, it's anybody's. Is that true? I'm just conflicted. I'm conflicted, and it's interesting that Isaac said his post-match was good and it surprised me. Look, my issue with Amorim is plentiful. I hate the way we're playing football. I hate the obsession with long throw-ins and set pieces. I hate the fact that he's been here a year and we still play really bad football and we're just focused on grinding out results. And I'm like, at some point, we are Manchester United. We're not Stoke. When are we going to start playing football? We could have won today and we did. We could have lost today and we didn't. We could have drawn and we didn't. I mean, I was listening to Oliver Glasner and he said it was a tough defeat. We were the better team in the first half, but 2 set pieces, it doesn't really feel like it was deserved. I think they could have won it. We did win it. It could have been a draw. So I'm not going to argue about that. But it's the performance that has me worried. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be fooled by all the players going on Instagram and backing each other. They love to get on Instagram and back each other. Absolutely. My opinion on the players is this. It's a relationship that needs to end. It's like arranging to go to a pub with someone you want to break up with, and then they turn up and they've dressed up nicely and they start talking about the good old days, and maybe you have another night together, and then you wake up in the morning and you think it's still a mistake. I'm like, they're not going to pull me back in. I was not surprised by that performance today in the second half because that's what a light switch is. But in relation to Amorim, I separate him from the players and I am conflicted. There is a lot that I like about him. There is a lot I don't like about what he's doing. There is a lot that's confusing me, and there's a lot that I can see what he's trying to do. It's not like Arteta at Arsenal where I looked at it from the outside and I could see what he was doing. I don't think Arsenal fans look at Amorim and go, oh, I can see what he's doing. I don't think anybody does. But then I listened to him after the game and he says, we were the better team in the second half with more intensity while the opponent was more tired. Everything is connected. And I think, again, there was people on the match reaction who were going, stop being so negative and back your manager. And it was a bit like a year ago when he won his first game at Old Trafford and we won 4-0 against Everton. And there was people saying, that's Amorim ball. I said, it's not. And people were going, oh, stop being so bloody negative. And then within a few minutes, Amorim does an interview saying, we're going to suffer. That's not Amorim ball. And it's almost like, well, we obviously think the same. And I'm sure there's many of you who think the same. Amorim, what pulls me back in to back and support him fully is the fact that he just keeps coming out with things that I actually think a lot of us feel. I felt that in the second half, Palace just died because they'd played on Thursday night and we went up a gear because we'd been shit in the first half. And like Amorim says, everything's connected. He said Palace were tired and we played with more intensity because we had to, and we sort of went past them. And I think, well, you know what? That honesty and clarity is basically the manager saying we're going to keep suffering. Because he could come out and go, oh, yeah, we're back. And he never does. He's always really honest. And that sincerity and honesty appeals to me at a football club that I think is on its arse. I don't buy into the fact that it's anybody's for top 4. I think we're a long way off it. I think watching Chelsea today, they're way better than us. Way better than us. With 10 men, they were bloody fantastic. Manchester City are way better than us. And I don't really know where we fit this season. I'm just really happy that we've won and we've put ourselves in a race that is very, very, very open. But I'm grateful that Ruben Amorim comes out and is actually honest with us, because I actually do think in the second half we got better because they got tired. And I do think in the second half we got better because the players decided to have a go. And I think Amorim comes out after games and he's probably more focused on why they don't start like that. So I do have a massive amount of, support for Amorim, but then I am conflicted because I do look at it and go, there's things he does that I don't like, So it's that's sort of where I am.